Welcome back everyone to Let's Play Dragon Force 2. This is part 38 and we are currently on our way to deal with the third and final member of the terrible triumvirate, which would be Mr. Olvo here, Mr. Big Daddy Longnose, who is sporting some nasty spells, Meteor Panic being the most deadly, though Deep Black can be equally obnoxious for different reasons. He's got Ghost and Horn Ogre, so don't want to fool around with him. And as you can see, he didn't waste any time deploying his decoys into the neighboring castles. See, we got Barce's division here. They are going to head towards Engine Castle, where we have a Colgate and a Sarcophagus waiting. And rough translation of their names. Sanis's group. Who is in Sanis's group? It's been a few days since I played. I don't remember. Oh, okay. She's got her buddy Ottovok and some good support members. We are going to redirect them here. And you may have noticed as your people pass castles, even if you don't stop to station anybody there, it automatically becomes under your rule. So just something to note. This is more important earlier in the game. At this point, you know, really doesn't matter. Oh wait, so deploy, we want Gonzalez to take charge. And he can be backed up by everybody else because, you know, he's been with us since the beginning and, you know, that does matter. Kinsera's group can stay where they are. And Gangas's group is going to hold... It's going to hold? No, they're going to head straight for Olvo. And this is good because one of the other teams is going to clear out a castle, whichever castle Gangas's group is heading for, so that they will not have any resistance on their way to Olvo. And we're just going to speed through all this. I'm expecting to pick up a lot more statues now that we have these in-game castles, because most of these are really good for turning up those statues. The Ostia statues in particular. So if you want to... That's why I paused, because I knew there was a story. I'll come back to my thought in just a second. Did she say Hadoken? So maybe Hadoken means energy in Japanese? Hadoken! So they get their power by swallowing dark crystals, like a child swallowing a penny. Okay, I was expecting a little more story, but I think we need to do a few more things for that to take place. And oh yes, there will be story. Lancelot, 2 weeks. By the time that's ready to go, I probably won't need it. But hey, Civics Tome. Who could use a boost in intellect? Let's see. Again, really doesn't matter at this point. Only thing I care about at this point, as far as searches, is getting more statues. Because again, unless all my people have 99 or whatever the max MP is, I really can't have too many statues. And actually, now that I think about it, I'm kind of curious what is the max MP, because strength, I know maxes out at 127. HP maxes out at 127, so I'm going to guess it's the same for MP, but I've never gotten anybody that high to confirm. You know, we're just going to give it to Nira, because even though I haven't used her at all this playthrough, she's a good general. And I don't feel like spending too much time on this screen. We want to keep the action rolling right now. And awards. Do I have any stacked up? Yes, I have 12. So this is when we give everybody more troops in the area that we want them to have them in. First off, any dragon crests, because at this point, no sense saving them. Who doesn't have dragons that I could give them to? Again, Ottovok we want to keep with the Robo theme for him. Elan, we could give him Falcons and Dragons. I may do that. Avarice, I kind of like him having all horseback units, so it suits him being a knightly character, so we will stick with that. Carl, we will not be using at this point, so it doesn't matter. In case Kaede needs something stronger, no, actually, she's probably okay. The ground and air combo is very useful. She has... You know what? I'm probably going to give her more ghosts, actually. Ghosts, and I could have given her a flying unit, but I think we're okay. For what we're fighting to come, flying units are not as useful as they could be because the in-game generals do not use mages or cavalry, centaurs, anything that the flyers have a real advantage against. Varley, we could give you Falcons and Dragons. I will do that, actually. I think that will work out just fine. Fiorina, similar to Avarice, I think we'll keep the present formation that we have with you. Let's see. Anybody else here I'm using? Maria, we'll give you dragons. Why not? I think that's a good combination. And because we're at the end game, no sense saving them. Ostia statues, who could use them? We'll give him the 16. We will give him... No, 15 is enough for him, I think. That's plenty. Let's see. Avarice, we'll get you over 20, just so you can spam Sonic Wave a little bit. And that's provided they don't silence you, you know, because that's the thing that happens quite often. Gongus probably doesn't need it, but actually, yeah, I think he's fine with 15 because he rarely gets a chance to use a lot of his abilities. They're quick to silence him. Kinsera, just to have you over 20. Kozue, you don't need it because you have regen, but in fact, yeah, that's kind of a waste. We won't do that. Gonzalez will get you to 16. Sanis has too much. Shin can never have enough. Shu, we're not using. Giovanni, we're not using. Stefano, I think he has plenty. Let me see. 6 times 9 is 54. We don't have enough to get you to 54. 9 times 5 is 45. So you've got enough to do what you need to do. Let's see. We're not using you. We are using you, so I'll save that last one. And now we hand out awards. And Autovok, you need 100 troops for sure. So, oh, 50-50. Okay, I forgot. Centaurs and Airbots is what he's going to be using, so that's fine. Elan, you have 50-50. We'll keep you that way. Avarice, let's give you more Centaurs. Have a 50-50 there. Let's see, Kaede. In case we want to switch off to Ghosts, we have that option, 50-50. Gongus, we'll give him more. Actually, I'm probably not even going to bother with zombies, so we're just going to leave that alone. Kozue, you're good. Gonzalez. Oh, you had dragons too, huh? Well, I'll tell you what, we'll just give you more ghosts. 40, yeah, that works. She has 50-50. He has 50-50. How many times can I say 50-50? We will give him... You know what? We will try... We will leave him with what he has, actually. That's fine. Bartz, how you doing? You're okay for right now. I'll probably boost your ghosts up in just a bit. Let's see. He could use another Falcon. And maybe we'll keep him like that for the time being. Fiorina. How about a little more Centaur for you? And Maria is the last person I want to hand out something to at the moment. I want to give her some dragons. Try them out. And there you go. And just because Birdman, there. He has every troop type that he can use at his disposal. And we're going to head out. Keep it moving. 8 minutes in. We've got enough time to take on Oval and his group, I think. We'll see, though. If I have to speed up a few fights, I will. Now, the only problem is I got everybody on the move, so I don't have time to adjust my troop formations. But I honestly think we'll be okay. Starting things off is Sarcophagus, Sanjay, and let's see, who we gonna send up against Sergio? Ogre Chimera. It don't matter, it really don't. So who needs the level is my real concern. Kaede is not yet level 15. I would like to fix that. He is gonna silence her. So with that being said, I want to send somebody who's better troop types. Except you know what? I don't really feel like being silenced right now, so we're going to pick Shin because he's going to prevent that from happening. Provided I don't do anything stupid. At least not too stupid. There's a certain modicum of stupid I'll allow myself every episode, so provided I don't overstep that line, we should be just fine. So I hope everybody out there is doing fine. It's been a lot of everything going on lately. The world is an ever-changing place. There's a lot going on, and you know, we've all got our share of struggles, so that having been said, I hope everybody's doing okay. That goes for your families as well. Just heat in every direction right now, it seems. And because I feel like being reckless, we're going to just put everybody on melee. I'm not in a strategic mood right now. I'm not in a thinking mood. We just want to move forward and test the fates and test the elements. And Dagger Wave. Now, don't give me too much credit. I mean, he's got over 30 MP. And this will prevent him from using silence, so yeah. Removing most of the challenge. But don't worry, we're going to see it in a few of these fights. Ovo is always a pain because he does have silence. And I will be playing the way you're intended to. I will send Gangas against him. Biggest drawback to Gangas is his charge meter does not go particularly quick. He's not as bad as a robot general, but still, he's not among the swiftest. You know, part and parcel of being a beast man, so that's one of the few drawbacks they have. Not beast troops. The beast troops have quite a few disadvantages, but the generals are actually among the strongest fighters in this game. It's all about how you use them. Now, I can either speed up the fights or just end them as quickly as possible. I'm going to opt for the latter. So we're going to just try to just make this merciful. We don't want to prolong his pain and suffering because living under the ground for however many hundreds of years is probably already taken its toll, don't you think? I mean, honestly, you don't revolt or start an uprising unless you're very disgruntled anyway, right? Common sense. So, you know, they probably got their reasons for doing what they're doing. Now, that doesn't make it right, but again, there are reasons. You get far in life when you can see things from another perspective. And Sartosis is gone, unfortunately, but diplomacy was not an option and rarely is in games like this. That'd be a whole different game, wouldn't it? Okay, so Kaede. This is a magician. You can handle him. You probably could have handled the other guy, honestly, but I didn't feel like taking any chances. No. So I believe the audio issue should be addressed. I do apologize for that last video or two. If you noticed, you probably did. It was a little bit off. I think there was like an echo effect, a reverb, or it sounded slightly distorted. I believe that had everything to do with the recording software I was using. I had tweaked the settings a little bit, and apparently it didn't like the tweaks. So I put it back to what it was, so we should be okay. Again, I'm abusing this to the fullest. The fact that this is my first LP ever, and, you know, I'm just learning by fire. So my next LP project should have everything sorted out. The resolution, frame rate, audio quality, everything should be golden, should be good. I'm going to throw out a flame shot. So we should be okay from here. So anybody who sticks with me past this, you may be pleasantly surprised that things will be looking much, much better. So thank you. You know, what's life if there's no improvement? And D Black? I bet it's D Black. It's D Black. Because you're so unpredictable, aren't you? But to mix things up, he might use a Dark Vortex later, which would be completely useless at this point, but who am I to ruin his fun? Again, everybody may. Lay waste to these people. Bring whose head? Excuse me? Bring whose head? Okay, we'll see how that works out for you. Kaede is taking a bit of a beating. So we want to go ahead and not hold back. Our people do have the advantage in numbers now, so that was a little rough for a moment. Okay, maybe Dark Vortex won't be so useless now because our people are on the move. Okay, so this will take out a few probably. I think the trees have more to worry about than we do. Bye, tree. As soon as I get a chance, I'll plant another one in your place. Because we gotta have trees. I don't care what anybody says. There is no earth without trees. And fire shot to the face makes you go boom. And we've got him completely surrounded. He's in the red. He doesn't have too much longer to hold out. But he will hold out as long as he can. So, I don't know. We might be able to take out 2 of these castles in this video. And maybe we can plan it so that we take on Ovo in the next installment. And then from him, it won't be too much more. I think we've got 2 more big events, and then that'll be game. So, who knows? Maybe we can round this out by a part 40. And Kaede, please. For the finale. Bye-bye. So that's my goal. 40 videos for this Let's Play. And we can call it a day. And Colgate is no more. And we won. Probably got some level ups. Kaede. Salamander. Not too bad of an ability, but you know, we want to get her to level 20. She'll get something useful there, but we don't particularly need it at this point. And yeah, it's in game. I don't even know if she'll see any action at this point. I want to come here just in case. I want to make sure everybody's got their preferred troops. Varley, no. So we want to give him ghosts instead of mages. Or do we? No, actually, because he doesn't have a lot of ghosts right now, we want to give him cavalry and falcons. 50-50. And we want to up his ghosts. That's good. They're fine. You get more ghosts because zombies are really not that useful. And we want to deploy. Who's going to lead this charge? Mr. G, of course. Quite naturally. And, ooh, this is tough. Who do we pick? Who do we pick? Well, by default, I guess I'm going to pick... you know what? We don't need to send Varley in. He was really for the caves. So, now that that's taken care of. Kozue, you've been such a great help. We're going to send you in. And I want all my rulers to stay in the fight. So, let's see. Who will take charge? Mitsuhide. And here, we want to change out some troops possibly. You can keep what you have. You can get more centaurs. You can get some ghosts. Now, we'll switch that out. You can keep what you have. You can keep what you have. That's fine. Division, really quickly. This is the group we wanted to deal with. And we want to switch out some people. What are we going to give Gangas? Now, he's going to be dealing with Ovo, who I believe had ghosts and horn ogres. So, we want to have dragons and either ranged or a flying troop. Let me see. Who would be best? Flying unit will be torn into pieces by his ghost. So, question is, who's good against ghosts? Not anybody really. So, I guess we'll just keep the ghosts on him. I guess that'll be best. And she has ghosts and falcons. That's a pretty good combination in most situations. I think we'll stick with that, actually. Well, actually, you know what? We'll give her mages. Just try something different. Why not? Marcus, what are you getting? You are getting more centaurs. You are getting some dragons. And actually, we'll give you your cavalry back for right now. 50-50. And you... 60-40. Now we're going to deploy Gangas, Shin, Avarice, Bartz, and I guess Kaede. Or, no, we will... Okay, Shin is level 22. He can take a step back. She's 25, but... And they've all gotten to level 20. Mission accomplished. That's what I wanted. Because at this point, unfortunately, they will not be seeing much more action. Marcus, you take charge there. Yeah, that's fine. And... we're closing in on him. So who was at this castle again? Was it Ulfish? Yep. It was the big Ulf himself. And Bastion. And to deal with him, we want to send in Kozue maybe? We will go with Autovok actually. Because he hasn't seen a lot of action. You know, some of the monarchs in this game I do prefer over their counterparts in Dragon Force 1. And in some cases the reverse is true. Between the two of them, I would definitely take Junin before Autovok, but he's perfectly fine too. It's just a personal preference thing. Shin and Leon is a little harder to say. I like both of them for different reasons, so... Though they do have some similar characteristics as far as personality, so... I guess they're not too different. But you can make a distinction between the two quite easily. And we will stand by. Got open ranks. Pretty well protected. As far as Moon Palace, you know, I have a nostalgic attachment to Terrace because she was the first character I ever used the first time I played Dragon Force. And I stuck with her, and despite the bad rap she gets, I didn't have too many problems using her. You know? I don't know, I don't know, but I didn't have too many problems with her. I found out early on that she was not fit for duels, and to be fair, you can kind of size her up and just tell from looking at her. So, just the way that she acts, you know, she makes it clear she's a pacifist. but I didn't have too many problems. Rennie is similar, but I don't know. I don't know. I think Rennie's a little bit tougher in some ways, and when push comes to shove, I think she's quicker to take action. I like them both, though. It's kind of hard to pick a favorite. As far as Bozak goes, I definitely got to go with Gongus. And I actually do like Gongos, but I don't know. He's just, and it's not his fault, it's just the way they made him, but he can be too silly for his own good. You know, they make him too much of a doofus. I think they got a little overboard, but I do like him. Gongus is just an all-around better character, I think. As far as Highland, even though Wayne looks cooler than Averis, in my opinion, I like his design a lot better. I like Averis overall better as a character. And it wasn't until I actually played Highland's scenario in Dragon Force 2 that I felt that way. But, you know, Averis is actually not a bad guy, so I would pick him over Wayne. Now, Wayne's look with Averis' personality, that would be the ideal Highland officer. As far as Tradnor, I would pick Reinhardt over Sanis. Let's see, as far as Pandaria, I mean, you can't argue with Goldark. Goldark's pretty cool. I'm going to use this. I don't need to. It's a waste. It won't do anything, but just to show it off. I don't know if we've seen Volcano yet, so... Oh, I forgot that hurts everybody. That was... oh, no. No! 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 Ah! Well, I hope you're happy, people, because I did that for you. Though, actually, this might have worked out, because that was a nice way to speed up the fight, because I'm pretty sure Autovok is not going to lose in the duel. Unless he wants to, because apparently he wants to. Oh. He's doing so much damage with that Dark Saber, it doesn't matter. I think the game does that sometimes just to give them a fighting chance. When you're ridiculously overpowered like that, they will have you miss a few attacks just to make it more suspenseful. You know, delude you into thinking you might lose, but nah, I wasn't too worried there. So we got him some experience, which is nice. Next lowest person is Sanis, so we'll use her. We're going to throw out as many water balls as we can until he silences her. And from there, we'll just rely on our troops for the rest of the muscle. But yeah, Fandaria's hard pick. I mean, Goldark's pretty boss dude. But I would go with Bart's. I just prefer his character overall better. He's more interesting. By far, actually. And Slant, because we can. Give him the slanty eyes. And did I leave any kingdoms out? Izumo. Okay, even though Kaede has really grown on me, I would still say that I would, if I had to choose, like if I was forming the Ultimate Dragon Force team, I would pick McCall over Kaede. But they're both really good, and I like them both. But I would have to go with McCall, for sure. And I think that's all of them. I don't think I missed anybody. Oh, I'm not paying attention. We want to throw that out. Now remember, I had a theory that Charm didn't work last time because Chimera might be immune to it. So even though I'd rather do damage to him, I'm going to throw out Charm while I can, just to see if I can take any of his troops, because it has worked on ogres in the past. I don't know if it has to be... Oh, okay, there we go. Let's see what happens. And it can work on ghosts too. And now, finally, this is what I've been wanting to do all game. Now you see I have over 100 troops thanks to Charm. And I'm going to put everybody on melee just because. And because the ghosts under my command don't normally have a melee function, I want to order all to... Oh, except I kind of can't. Okay, I should have ordered all to attack. But I think it'll work out. Bottom line, I have extra troops in my disposal, so... Still have over 100. You're casting silence because it's really all you've got. And I'm not worried. And even if it goes to a duel, which it probably won't, I think the clock would get to 0 before everybody was defeated. But remember, Sanis is not that bad a shape, because even if it did go to a one-on-one, she has Kathmandu at her side, and he does fight with her. And she even makes a cute little remark where if you go to duel, she'll say, okay, but Kathmandu's coming too. So, I don't know, I think that's a nice touch. Like, oh, you thought I was going to fight by myself, little 15-year-old girl? No, no, sorry to disappoint you. It will not be that easy. Not today, not tomorrow, not the day after. And he's got 2 troops left. I can't tell whose are his because all the ghosts look alike. So any ghosts you see left are officially on my side. And we'll put it on auto, just to keep the action in on him. And yeah, 28 seconds, either he's gonna fall or the clock's gonna run out. Probably the clock's gonna run out because they're pretty beefy and they can take out 2 troops with 1 hit, as you can see. So just like most of our strong people, and that's fine. I'd rather somebody else come in and clean up, honestly. Sanus is a little bit of a lower level, but I mean, at this point, it really doesn't matter. Two, 1, and I mean, I could spend a little more time power leveling, getting people to ridiculous levels, but there's really no need for that at this point. I can spend more time in the caverns, but there's really no need for that at this point. Kinsera wants to go in. I'd hold him back, send somebody else, but there's no need for it at this point. So go ahead, guy. To be fair, Dragonmen were created for combat specifically, right? Well, I guess they were created for destruction, but, you know, combat falls within that, so I think it's only natural that he's a little bit thirsty to fight perpetually. So we will order all to attack. We'll actually put it on auto, follow our troops. And Kinsera, what do you have in the way of damage? I would throw out a Meteor Panic, but it probably won't even hit him. But we'll try it anyway. Drink from the cup of my wrath. I'm pretty sure Wayne said that in the first Dragon Force. I'm pretty sure. I know somebody said that. Did it hit? No. As you can see, it has a random chance of not hitting. I'd like to know how the game determines when it will and when it won't. If it's truly just RNG, or if there's specific numbers that it uses to determine that, based on, say, maybe your level or number of troops, or their level, their number of troops, maybe your MP number. I don't know, some predetermined value that I haven't figured out yet. Just wondering. But yeah, I've noticed a lot of the lines in this game are callbacks to Dragon Force 1, but they've switched characters in some cases. Like, I think Gaul says something that that Scythe used to say, or vice versa. Yeah. I really need to play Dragon Force 1 again one of these days. It's been at least a couple of years since I played that, so I'd like to do something about that. Right, I was about to throw a fire his way, but I remembered I can't cast right now. But it's fine, our dragons will finish up. Put them on melee. And I guess I will save Ovo for the next installment now, because we're close to the 30-minute mark already. Any day now, dragons. No need to play with your food. Just swallow and chew, please. Thank you. And I never swam with dolphins. That has to be a reference to something, but I have no idea what. Who wouldn't want to swim with dolphins, though? And we won, of course. There probably won't be any more story until we take out Ovo, so we will look at our levels. Autova got 2 there. That's pretty good. Get everybody's troops back up. Keep everybody full. Full bellies makes a happy, happy heart. And they are just going to... Actually, I'm going to deploy Gonzalez. And just Gonzalez. A new Viceroy will be Kozue. And we will send him there to Uguru. Yeah, we're going to save our game here. This is a perfect opportunity to do that. And we're going to save over this one. And I think that'll about do it. This has been Dragon Force 2, part 38, and we're rapidly closing in on the end. Thanks for watching, take care, and see you soon.